Hi everyone,
Greetings, friends.
it's the Dave
And Jim.
Beer
Review. We're just throwing out all the conventions today.
I always wanted to have my name first. It should actually be first because T becomes for J. You know what J stands for, right?
Jim.
No.
D stands for, right?
Yes. Dick. As in Richard.
Actually, this is Jim and Dave Beer Review. And
Yes,
Dave, will you please elucidate us as to what's on tap for this beer review?
Elucidate us?
All right.
Hello, Google. What does elucidate mean?
Actually, I don't think I'm using it in the right context.
It's okay. This is called, it's called Draai Laag Brewing Company's Cru Ale with some good looking, a dog looks like a person and a goat look like a person fighting each other in a ring.
Yeah, it's a very strange label. I don't get what it's all about. See, there's a dog,
Closest
there's a
reliable
goat.
style is wild fermented old ale.
Yeah, it says on the label here, wild fermented old ale aged on lees. Dave, what's a lees?
Brewer's note, our first year in operation, we open fermented. In doing so, it was obviously a very risky decision. However, in time, it paid off when we were able to achieve open, spontaneous fermentation. Sounds like explosions. That strain.
I've had open fermentation.
They're putting words like strain in here, so it looks so like chemically and stuff. The strain collected was the Wild Angel strain, which is the primary wild strain in Cru.
Oh.
Plus, where would you ever see a label with a goat and a pig 30 style boxing?
Good point.
The original gravity is 15.9. Alcohol by volume is 7.4, which is respectable and I like it. Apparent degree of attenuation is 88%. Special spices are Wild Angel straight. We almost dropped that in your beer.
Nope. I'm just giving a little.
Fermentation schedule: 2 yeast strains, 10 days primary, 18 days. Secondary maturation, 30 days. Re-fermentation in the bottle or keg.
Ah, so it's bottle conditioned.
Yeah, it's look like they put a lot of work into this thing. Ragnarok.
Well,
beer.
it's very difficult to do the wild yeast strain thing.
We've had beer from their company before, but
You
I
did?
remember it wasn't so bad. It was called, hold on, I'm getting to the Geest Like.
Oh, right. So this
Which
is
had 9% alcohol by volume. That's why we liked it so much.
right.
Go ahead. All right, so what do you think about the color there, Jim? It looks kind of brownish.
Well, not only is it brownish, it is pretty opaque. I can't see the light over there through it. Decent amount of
Can't at the very bottom, that's because of the glass.
head on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting color, and the foam is almost a tan.
Look.
Ooh, what's that?
That's weird looking.
I think you got a little sediment there.
I have some sediment.
It's bottle conditioned, so sediment is to be expected.
Sediment.
Wow, that's very. You can't see through it at all, but obviously.
But on the bottom of the light, you can't through the bottom of the glass. And how's it smell? That's so
sour.
great. It's a sour beer, isn't it?
It's sour beer.
It's going to hurt my chin.
It's Cru. Of course, it's sour. Whenever you hear
Cru
about
gotta do with it?
wild fermentation, it's a sour.
What does Cru mean then?
Well, Cru it's CRU. It means that this crap really is not for you. No, I don't know.
Because Cru means rowing, and what I think about crewing.
Oh, isn't that CREU?
I have no idea how it's spelled.
Well, anyway, when you use wild yeast, it generally refers to a sour. That's my understanding. We are new.
We are new
to the sour category.
sour category.
So,
after about 3 beers, I go.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, in all fairness, for judging purposes, we have to be honest with you. Don't have the judge's palate yet for sours.
You know what this has to do with? It says, try this at home. Not don't try this at home. Try this at home because you don't want to try this when you're out.
Yeah, I mean.
You'd be looking, you're trying to pick up a girl at the bar, you're drinking some Cru, and you're like,
say, hey, baby.
Go away.
She's going to think you're throwing kisses at her when in fact it's all sour. You're just like, ooh.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Looks weird. Man.
I probably have the same on mine, but my head didn't go down.
You ready?
On the beer.
Ready to drink it?
What was the scent? It kind of has a flowery kind of.
Like when my mom was washing the clothes the other day and the towels were sitting in the laundry tub for a long time. And I said, Mom, what's that smell? She said, oh, I just washed the towels. So I think it smells like that.
Oh, well, that's generally mold when you leave the
Yeah,
stuff.
it smells like that.
Well, wild yeast, mold, I guess it's in the same thing. It has kind of an almost
I was
wine.
overpowering the other day. I was just like,
Well, that's
oh.
rewash the towels when that happens. By the way,
When we washed it for a second, it was the second
doesn't she
time.
use bleach with the towels?
We did that a second time.
Okay. Well, here, cheers. Let's give it a shot.
Here we go. Here we go.
How many? Wait. Norton, my friend.
Did you taste sour?
Yeah, it's a little bit.
I didn't taste any sour.
Really?
None.
I got some.
Not sour at all. Are you sure it's sour?
Well, it's Cru. Yeah, it's
Doesn't
wild
taste
yeast.
sour at all. At all.
All right, hold on.
Have a sip, Jim. Doesn't taste sour at all. Did we drink out of the same bottle?
Oh yeah, we did.
Okay.
Well, it's not a super sour.
No, not at all. I mean, I think sours I've had before. This is actually not that bad.
Maybe it's because when you were reading the description, you said they did more than one fermentation.
They overdid it.
And
they
they
were
used-
saturated again.
And they used two different kinds of yeast, right?
Yeah, they re-fermentized it.
They fermentized it. Yes, that's exactly what they did.
Fermentized it.
Double fermentation. So maybe when you do the double fermentation,
That's actually pretty good. I would give this like a 7.
well, it's a unique style.
It's my highest beer of the night so far.
Yeah, well, because again, this is a unique category that we haven't had a lot of experience with.
I like the label though. I like seeing a dog and a goat fighting each other with abs and stuff.
Yes, they have two anthropomorphized animals.
We saw that on Clash of the Titans.
Anthropomorphized. Thank you. Yeah, well, label, whatever. Beer, however. It's very interesting. Would you buy this?
Yeah. As long as it's part of this variety pack.
Yeah.
I might even buy this in a 6-pack as long as it was like $7.
Well, what's interesting about this, like Dave said, it's not super sour.
No,
Although
not at
I
all.
will say that my first impact, I thought was a sour. But as you drink more and your mouth becomes, I guess you want to say, accustomed to it.
And the first beer we had was sour. It's just like it hurt my jaw right down here. It's like, oh!
That was a super sour, absolutely. I think that the double fermentation probably takes the edge off this particular one. Because we had a Cru once from many a brewing company, and that one I think you thought was pretty sour.
No, it was very, very, very sour.
Right, and that was a Cru also.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember it being a Cru. I just remember it being really sour.
It was that big bottle, and
Yeah.
it was, yeah.
But I remember it being Cru. I didn't know Cru had to do with sour. You learn something every day, people. This is good. You should.
Well, that's what we're doing
Keep
here.
the brain
We're-
occupied and exercised and erraticized and
all kinds of sized. So yeah,
That's
a very interesting style. I would say, would I buy it? Yes, I probably want the variety pack. I don't know if I want to drink a case of this, but generally a very, very interesting character. And Dave, I think I might give this. I have a very hard time giving this a number.
You give it a 7. Something a pretty good. What? Okay. I give it a 7.
I think in the general category, I might give it a 6.5. I think in the Cru category, I might give it a little higher. Although I can't come up with an honest number off the top of my head because, again, very new to the category. So, very difficult. I mean, it's fine, but it's not like, ooh, wow.
It's not like, what, like 3 or 4 sours now? Maybe
Yeah, I
3.
think so.
Isn't it 3rd, maybe?
I've had some privately when I went to like a bar that maybe had some on
Yeah.
tap,
Yeah.
which I think was, it wasn't Stone. I think it was Russian River, Sanctification, and Supplication, if I'm not mistaken. And those were very interesting. Different characters, though. But yeah, generally, hey, try this. It's good. It's from Millville, Pennsylvania. This is a Pennsylvania beer. I kind of proud of the fact that they were able to get some wild yeast out of the air in Pennsylvania, because everyone was all crazy about the wild yeast in Belgium yeast. So it's nice to have, they were able to identify a strain of yeast here.
Good.
If you have a brewery, you really have to have a
That
good...
sounds like a virus type thing. I found some yeast.
Well, there is wild yeast out there, and who knows if the world has found all the best for brewing yet. But they have identified strains, and it's one of those things where if you have a brewery, you really do well to have a scientist, whether it's a chemist or, I guess if it's a yeast strain, it's biology. But yeah, you have a good scientist on staff to be able to identify things like that. And one of the big problems, apparently, with having wild yeast strains is that it doesn't clean up as well as, say, lager yeast or ale yeast, in that, you know, you got to keep them separate. Don't do them in the same room.
I have just had my mind blown. Because I never heard any of that kind of talk about beer before in my life.
Really?
I don't watch a lot of YouTube videos either. So
I don't watch YouTube.
I mean, when it comes to that.
I don't even know where I picked up half that stuff from, to be honest with you. Some people ask me, like, somebody spilled red wine on their shirt.
Here?
Somebody spilled red wine on their shirt once. It was a girl, and she's like, "Oh, I stained my shirt with red wine. It's ruined." I said, "Rinse it out with white wine." You're like, "Oh, that's a great tip. How'd you know that?" I was like, "How do I know that?" Just, you know, facts get stuck up here at some point. Probably saw it on the Discovery
There's
Channel.
a lot of things stuck somewhere with Jimm.
Dave, I like small words.
I do. I like small words and very simple movies, by the way. Explosions, a lot of simple talk. I would be back is the best catchphrase on boobies. Boobies.
Everybody
That's
loves
too
the
long.
boobies.
Cans.
We are digressing.
Cans. That's proper. Cans. 4 words.
I
4
believe
letters.
it is derogatory to call a woman's breasts cans.
You're
boobs,
lying because
jugs,
you're on
and that you
meat
should
balloons.
only refer to them
meat balloons.
as Hooters.
Meat balloons.
Thank you, Steve Martin.
No, meat balloons was from that movie.
I said Hooters.
Autofocus. Remember that movie? With Greg Kinnear, William Dafoe, Bob Crane.
Wasn't he
About Bob
the
Crane's life.
Green Goblin?
It was made. It was about Bob
William
Crane's
Dafoe?
life.
He was the Green Goblin, right?
Yeah, but it was.
Isn't it
made-
funny that the guy named Dafoe was Dafoe of Spider-Man in the movie? But that's besides the point. Hogan! It was Hogan's Heroes. Anyway, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Old TV show. Anyway, please, Dave, read the government warning.
Good print. According to the Surgeon General, women should not drink alcoholic beverages during pregnancy because of the risk of birth defects, period. 2, in parentheses, consumption of alcoholic beverages impairs your ability to drive. I feel like we're watching one of those shows about when the president back in the day used to speak and there was someone next to him like,
I was just doing the itsy bitsy spider while you were
no,
doing
you
that.
weren't. I was thinking the other thing.
The itsy bitsy
The
spider.
alcohol beverages impairs your ability to drive a car or operate machinery and may cause health problems. Boom!
And the reason we do this is we believe that you should drink great beers.
And have a good laugh with your friends.
So please.
Drink good beer. We lost something along
Oh,
translation.
no, you did the whole thing. That's fine. Yeah, please follow us, comment below. If there's a beer you'd like to see us review, please comment below. Give us a thumbs up, thumbs
And
down.
send
Subscribe
us
to
some
our
free
channel.
beer. Email us and send us some free beer.
Ooh,
to try.
13 and a half minutes. Way too long.
Oh, we were going on tangents. No one will care anyway.
Very interesting.
I like it.
Actually, I think when it comes to sours, we shouldn't give a number. We should just give a thumbs up or thumbs down. I'm giving this one a thumbs up. Right.
It was flexing.
Say goodbye, Dave.
Bye, Dave.
Scratch your nose one more time, please.